Okay, so I'm making another one of these. Once again, I don't know how much time I have, so let's get started. We're gonna go with Twilight Fangs again. And hopefully this time, it will actually load. Okay. So, continue on. Oh, this is the loading part. Ah, great. Hopefully it's fast. Okay. Ray looks like he's ready to bust the fuse, eyes glaring murderously at Vice. Excuse me? If you don't leave... Ray, stop it now. The dude just came into my home and immediately started yelling at my guest. That's really rude. This isn't your home. Ray and Vice both turned their heads to me. You both need to take 5 steps away from each other, and then you need to listen. Obediently, Ray and Vice each take 5 steps back. I feel a bit smug at how these 2 gorgeous, strong guys obeyed me. Ha. Really? Really? Now, what the heck can I tell Ray to explain this? Ray, I didn't know it when we first came across Vice on the sidewalk. But Vice is a distant cousin. He was on his way to find me when we accidentally found him. Oh wow, I'm the worst liar in the world. You are. Vice's eyebrows go up a fraction of an inch, and then he nods. Yeah, exactly. I'm her cousin. Ray looks from me to Vice with a dubious expression. You 2 are cousins? I nod vigorously. That's right. So he's staying with me for a while. Well, I have to get studying. I hold open the door and nearly shove Ray out. Ray gives one more long look at Vice, and then his gaze falls on me. Yeah, he's not actually buying this. Okay, but Sapphire, call me if you need anything at all. Then he looks over my shoulder at Vice with a challenging glint. And I've been Sapphire's friend since childhood. Nope. The dog climbed on me. We went to school together and still do at the university. We're really close, so haha. Doesn't need to hear all about our past. Thanks again for the raspberry pastries. Bye. I'm really sorry my dog climbed on me. I nearly slammed the door in Ray's face as he says bye back. I turn and let out a breath before heading into the kitchen, Vice following behind. What should I do next? Apologize. Talking is the best method. Vice, I'm sorry about my friend. He's a bit protective of me. I hope you don't mind that I lied about us being cousins. His eyes lock onto mine in an unwavering glaze. Thank you, Sapphire, truly. Your quick thinking about being cousins helped me save my privacy. I need to keep my status as a half-blood secret at all costs, so thank you again. Whoa, I've never seen him look so warm. Vice's expression flickers with depth and powerful emotions like I've never seen before. He's usually so standoffish and cold. This is a whole new side. Of course, and you're welcome. At this moment, Vice seems so unusually open. Something else pops into my mind. Yesterday evening, I spotted his open sketch journal when bringing him dinner. Oh, I see. Personally, I draw a lot. Personally, I would not appreciate someone looking at my sketch journal without my permission, for obvious reasons. He had closed it quickly, but there had been a picture of me. A sketch journal is a lot like an actual diary, so just don't look at it. He seems so open right now, and I'm dying of curiosity. Should I ask to see his sketch journal? Is he feeling open enough to share that? What should I do? I want to see it. How do you get rubies? What are points? How do I earn points? Oh. Yeah, we're not continuing this. Oh no. I think I've gotten to the point where I can't play the game and enjoy it anymore. No. Not great. This is the last episode, guys. No, I don't want to push things. It's better if I let him open up about his drawing of his own accord. Let's just hope Ray believes us. Vice gives the ghost of a smile, and just like that, he closes up again. Well, I'm going to go up to rest. I'm still not fully recovered. Good night. Oh, okay. Good night. No, you stay back. Dog's trying to climb on me again. Then he's gone, and I'm in the kitchen alone, per usual. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill. That Friday after class and takeout dinner, I study at Ray's apartment. I sit on a plush beanbag chair in his large bedroom, and he sits on another. You sure you don't want to use your desk? You don't have to keep me company here on the floor. He stretches out his leg to tap his shoe against mine and grins. Trust me, I'd much rather keep your company. The closer, the better. He definitely likes me, I think. Whoa, more of this new flirting thing. How should I react? Listen, I shrug and feign indifference. I don't like you guys. Yeah, whatever. I don't want him to see how affected I am by his flirting attempts. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, I see. I move my foot away from his and focus on my notebook. We really need to get studying. I have an astronomy quiz tomorrow. I hear him sigh and rustle the pages of his notebook. Fine. I guess I should do my business stats homework. And we get down to it, studying for hours before I say goodnight and head home. It's Monday afternoon, and I'm in a philosophy class with Ray. Poke. Ray, who had insisted we take this class together, keeps poking me with his pen. I I give him a look, grabbing the pen before it jabs my arm again. Stop it, I'm trying to focus. My voice comes out in a hissing whisper. I'll stop when you answer my note. He gestures to the note he's written, the one asking me if I want coffee after class. He's never written notes in class before or officially asked me to get coffee like this. Is he trying to imply this would be a coffee date or something, not just friends hanging out? Fine, I'll get coffee with you after class. Now stop poking me. It didn't even let me choose, man. I turned my attention from a smirking Ray to the front of the small lecture hall. Oh, shoot. The entire place is silent, all the students staring at me along with Professor Stanley. The professor clears his throat, glaring at me. Sapphire, would you like to come up and take over today's lecture? Since you seem so ready to keep talking over me, it might make things easier. Earth, please, please open up and swallow me whole right now. And wait, why isn't he picking on Ray? He was talking too. My face is beet red and snickers around from the students around me. What should I do? Good question. Defend myself? I was just answering my fellow student's question. I turned my gaze on Ray, shooting daggers. He looks both amused and indignant. Yeah, I so don't care if I'm throwing him under the bus. Ray opens his mouth to speak, but Professor Stanley beats him to it. Perhaps you could refrain from asking or answering questions until after my lecture. It's clearly a rhetorical question since he proceeds to go on with his lesson. I feel Ray nudge my leg and look at me throughout the rest of the class, but I keep my attention only on the lecture and my notebook. After class, Ray and I walk along a campus path headed for the cafe. It's been so long since I've seen his actual name, I forgot. You were so red when Professor Stanley called you out. He's got a blazing half grin on his face. I give him a death glare. Yeah, about that. I swear if you... I'm cut off as a man approaches, stopping just in front of us. That's definitely a werewolf. Why is he walking around like that? Hello, Ray and Sapphire. I'm Harold, and It's his turn to get interrupted as Ray scowls at him. You're a werewolf. What the hell are you doing in town out in the open? I gasped in shock, my eyes trailing over to the man's ears. I hadn't noticed before, but Ray's right. He has two fur... How do you not notice? That was the first thing I saw. Hold on, I'm allowed to be here. I just want to ask Sapphire a few questions. In the next instant, Ray's pulled me back and stands in between Harold and I. His fists are balled and fangs out, ready to pounce into action. What do you want with Sapphire? You won't get anywhere near her. That much I can promise you. He's really about to attack. Jeez. But just then, a man in a nice suit walks quickly up to Harold and Ray, hands raised. It's the university's president, but Hold on there, Ray. I'm Ben, the president here at... Ray takes several steps back, surprised. The university's president, I know. I like his face whenever he's shocked. It actually looks like shocked. Yes, and I should have gotten the word out before now. Harold is an investigator, a werewolf one. Yeah, but why is he walking around with ears and stuff? Or can werewolves not change their appearance? And only half-bloods can... This is interesting. He has permission from the town authorities and myself to be here. He is trying to track down the rampant werewolf on the loose in our town. Harold gives Ray a cool, smug look, and then he turns his gaze. He actually looks like he has a smug look. Wow, he has a really attractive face, full of intelligence and confidence. Really? Really? That's the first thing you think of when you see this guy? And then, like some backward schoolgirl, I stare at his ears. Stop looking there, Sapphire. It's not like you haven't seen werewolf ears before, though. Vice usually keeps his hidden. They won't disappear, not even if you stare holes in them. Okay, that's funny. My gaze snaps back to the werewolf investigator's face. I know that. Sorry I didn't mean to stare. I trail off feeling both humiliated and angered by a sarcastic comment. You've just never seen one of us barbaric werewolves before, I know. He says this in a straight, cool-headed way. Only the hint of amusement dances in his eyes. I open my mouth to respond, but Ray speaks first. Hey, why don't you drop the deadpan humor act, mangy mutt? It's not very nice to Sapphire. In fact, I think you should apologize to her. Dude, would you relax? It was just a joke. Ray takes a step forward. Harold looks between Ray. Sorry, that was my grandma once more. Is it still recording? Yes. Whew. What are you, her protector? Oh, what are you, her protector? Ray scoffs and the president clears his throat uncomfortably. Then Harold looks at me. Look, I just need to steal you away to ask some questions privately. He cuts a look back to Ray. That is, if your boyfriend can handle it. His brow goes up sardonically, and my mouth drops open. Ray just scowls. He's not my boyfriend. Yeah, my face is on fire now. Ugh. And I'll come answer questions. It's fine. Harold gives a small smile before gesturing me toward a nearby campus building. Yes, the meeting room I showed you before is just fine for questioning Harold. I turn to look at Ray, who looks like he's taking everything he's got to not come with us. I give Ray a reassuring smile before I follow Harold inside the building. But I'm seriously unnerved. What the heck is he going to question me about? Does he know about Vice? A moment later, Harold and I are seated across the table from each other, alone in a meeting room. Gulp. First, I want to preface this by asking you, how much do you know about werewolves' history? Just the basics. They taught us in school that werewolves are from a barbaric, ancient race. I cringe as soon as I say it. He simply lifts a brow. No offense to you, and I know werewolves live in a separated territory hours from here. Wow, that's so much worse than I was expecting. He says this more to himself and then looks at me with those sexy, intelligent eyes. Why are you describing the eyes like that? How are eyes sexy? Call them beautiful, not... That's weird. Wait, sexy eyes? Stop it, Sapphire. Does she just fall in love with everyone she sees? She really needs to get hobbies, man. First, we are not barbarians. Not any more than humans and vampires, anyway. And second, werewolves come from a long line of very scholarly, advanced civilizations of old. And yes, we do have a territory a few hours south of here. We have many more territories all over the world, of course. Werewolves are truly full of creativity with a thirst for knowledge, and he cuts himself off. But I'm talking too much about this, probably boring you to death. Let's switch to different matters. He takes a folder out of his briefcase and opens it. Wait, I want to hear more about werewolves and their culture. What should I do? You serious? I'm actually curious. Best not to ask questions now. I want to get this over with. Sure you do. Harold shuffles from some papers around and looks up to meet my eyes. So you said that Ray is indeed not your boyfriend? Huh? How is this relevant to finding the wild werewolf? He looks utterly serious and professional. I, on the other hand, blush like a schoolgirl. No, he's not my boyfriend. Oh, good. So for the other questions, have you ever been in close contact with a werewolf recently? Besides me, I mean. Play it cool, Sapphire. Can't know about Vice, who's not technically a full werewolf anyway. No, not besides you. He studies my face for several moments. I hold his gaze, unwavering. Okay. And even at a distance, have you seen this particular werewolf? He pulls a picture out of his folder and turns it around. My throat seizes up when I see the photo. It's none other than Vice. Oh, that's the end? Well, nice meeting you guys. We finally got to see the third guy. But sadly, since I don't have any money, I'm not continuing this series. But, yeah. I honestly thought these games would be more fun. But they kinda aren't. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe we're gonna be playing one of these two other games. Crush and Dangerous Fellows. So yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.